Hey y'all, welcome back to the Busy Rebel channel where I give you personal development and mindset hacks so you can be the best version of yourself while I'm trying to be the best version of myself. Today we're going to talk about mindset hacks to boost your confidence. I noticed that a lot of people have problems with confidence. I'm always getting frustrated with people. It's like, why aren't you, like, you know what you need to do, you know that it's going to make you better, but you're not doing it. Like you know what you need to do, but you're not doing it. And I've also been in those spaces where it's like, you know what you need to do, but you're still doing the other thing that is not helping you. And it's like, what is the problem? Why are we doing this? It's because we lack the confidence. We don't believe in ourselves enough to take that step to go forward. Like for me, I have anxiety, and my anxiety really causes me to overthink. It causes me to worry so much about the outcome that I forget to do. I forget to act. And eventually I do, but at first I have this like restriction in me that keeps me from moving forward. And now that I know that that's there, I'm able to work on it and move forward. So now I'm able to give that advice and to help people move forward in their lives, because it seems like, you know, people are on good paths and wanting to eat healthy and do right by themselves, but also still lacking that foundation, that confidence that's going to push them forward, that's going to push them through those low moments. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. The first thing we're going to talk about is mindfulness. I think mindfulness is the most important thing of all, because if you don't know what's going on in your own mind, there's no way that you can control anything. You can't even control the things that are within your control, because you don't even know what's going on in your own mind. And it has helped me so much. Like, I have never been the person, I've always been on go, always just going, never stopping to say, oh, like, let me take like 5 minutes to myself so that I could just breathe and just take a break. But then when I did have those moments, it really felt really good to be alone. Like, I'm somebody who needs a lot of alone time so that I can understand what's going on in my brain, so I can recharge my creative energy or just my energy in general. And when I meditate, I go straight into prayer afterwards, asking the questions that I need answered. These worries and these fears that I have about the outcome, I need to know from my creator, from God. I need to know what the answers are. And sometimes you don't get those answers. And that's where people, I think, get tripped up. I know I've definitely been tripped up by this. The wait kills people. It kills me sometimes. But I have to be patient, and that's something that I pray for. If you're not getting what you pray for, you think that, you know, meditation is a waste of time, or you can't do it, or you feel like praying, like you're not, you know, a super spiritual or religious person, but that's fine. But just know that, you know, your erratic behavior or your anxious behavior is not going to be fixed by you just condemning something that you haven't even tried. And I'm somebody who was not meditating regularly. I was not on a prayer schedule, but now I do. It's a part of my morning routine every day. Because without it, then I'm going to be thinking about the outcome, overthinking about what's going to happen next. And when I just am truly trying to just come back to myself and understand how I feel at the time. So I just believe that you have to work diligently, meaning you are making a conscious effort towards this outcome that you want, what you're thinking about, whether it's a relationship, a job, an event, a traveling trip, a friendship, whatever you're thinking about. It needs patience. It needs time to build. And something I had to realize was, you don't see the fruit the day the seed is planted. Like, you really have to have patience. So I pray for more patience. I want to be somebody who is more diligent in their work and who is more confident in what the outcome is going to be. And even if it doesn't turn out the way that I expected it to turn out, I'm still confident that things are going to be okay. But sometimes past mistakes, people have disappointed you, things have turned in a negative way, and you haven't let go of that. I used to be a person who is, and I still am a person who has a really hard time letting go of certain things, because it's like, I've seen this so many times. Why does this keep happening? When really it's happening because I haven't learned the lesson yet. And I believe that God and the universe, whatever you want to call it, I call it God, but if you call it the universe, that's fine. But you're going to keep getting that same lesson until you learn. And the more that you own your mistakes, own your role, then you don't have to take that into the next steps of your life or the next part of your journey. You don't have to take that with you. You can let that go. And honestly, it's a lot of baggage. It's a lot of, built up frustration over the years. But if you just decide to just let it go, and then those thoughts that you have, those fears, those doubts, those negative emotions, that's what meditation is for. That's what praying is for, so that you can get back to where you need to be so that you can move forward. And this also boosts your self-esteem so that you're not affected by the outside world. You're not affected by things that are happening to you because you're good on the inside. You've already breathed through it. You've breathed through it. You've prayed about it. And if you journal, you should journal just so you can see your thoughts. You can see your how you feel on paper so that you can get it out. Sometimes for me, I definitely need to vent. And I don't always vent to people because I don't want to put my burden. I'm always a person who's conscientious of other people's mindsets and how other people feel. So if I'm telling you all these things, I don't want to ruin your day. So that's my motivation for journaling. But you should just definitely get your thoughts out, see it on paper, and then come back to it later and realize, okay, wasn't that serious? I'm over it. So you definitely need a system with your mindfulness so that you can move forward and be more confident in your steps. The second thing, number 2, you need vision. You need a vision for yourself. You need to know what your big picture is so that you know what you're working towards. Without knowing where you're going, how are you gonna, what is the purpose of you doing everything you're doing every day? What is the vision that you have for your life? And I really I've always been a big picture thinker. That's how I'm able to get through whatever situation that I'm in. If this person, this job, this activity that I'm engaging in is not making me better, then why am I here? If I ever felt like somebody was leading me, ever since I was a child, if somebody is leading me in the wrong direction or in a direction that I do not want to go in, I'm not letting you lead my life anymore. I'm just not. And I haven't always been the best at explaining myself or telling people, I'm not good with expressing myself. I'm very good with writing. I'm very good with, talking after I'm comfortable. But the initial feeling of, restriction, that anxiety I'm telling y'all about is like, this is not working out for me. Let me find it out. So I take initiative to lead myself. And I have gotten really clear about what I want in life. I don't want any school debt, school loan debt, or debt period. I want a house. I want a dog. I want all these things. These simple things to some, but not simple to me. These are all things these are my bigger pictures. I'm pursuing this opportunity because I want to be a full-time entrepreneur. I want a 4-bedroom house. I want a dog. I want kids. This is my big picture. And I know where I'm going and I know what I'm doing. But a lot of people get stuck in their fixed box and don't really realize that you're saying that you want something, but your daily actions are not matching the bigger picture you're saying that you want. So you have to see what it is that you want in order to get there. And not everybody has a straight path in getting to their bigger picture. I don't think anybody has a straight path. You just have to know what you want. You know what the outcome is and you know what you're working towards. So that's what trusting the process is about. That's what working on your daily productivity is about. That's why I created the Daily No Excuses Planner. It's so important to recognize what your daily schedule is like so you can realize, okay, I'm either making it better or I'm making it worse. And if I am, how can I get better every day? And it's not to be too rigid or anything, but it's also to just know what you're doing. know what's going on in your life. And I'm such an advocate for that, because I've spent so much time worried about the big picture, thinking about what I want, but not so much thinking about the day-to-day, not so much thinking about who am I surrounding myself with. Are they feeding me or starving me? All these things matter, and it all should trickle down. If you have this bigger picture, you have this idea of what you want, you need to, again, write it down. Some people make vision boards. I've made vision boards, and honestly, vision boards do work. But I've gotten a little more specific since then. I mean, the whole cutting out the magazine thing and putting it on a poster, like, I really did enjoy that. It's a fun activity, but I think it's a little more efficient, just because I'm always looking for the best strategy, because we're trying to be our best selves. We're trying to be, you know, getting to that next level in life, not holding ourselves back. So the next thing that I've done is create a vision statement. Who do you want to be? Where do you want to live? Who do you want living with you? How do you want your friends to see you? How do you want your coworkers to see you? These are all questions that you need to ask yourself when you're thinking about your vision. What is your vision for your life? What is your purpose? And do they align? Your dreams and your goals, do they align with what your vision is for your life? All these things have to work together in order for you to move forward. And once you know what your big picture is, what your purpose is, and they're joined together in alignment, that will boost your confidence, because you will not be accepting anything, even from yourself, that is not that. And I have lived like that for a long time. It has not been perfect. It's been every which way. But whenever I feel like my bigger picture is being compromised with, and this was a time where I didn't even know what my purpose was. I didn't even know what I was here to do. But I listen to myself. I have really strong intuition powers that tell me what I need to be doing at the time. And if it's not this relationship, if it's not this job, if it's not this environment, I'm out. All love, you know, nothing vicious, but I have a vision for my life. I have a plan for my life. And if you're not on the path with me, then so be it. I will not compromise my self-esteem just to make somebody else feel better, just because I'm scared of hurting somebody's feelings. Because at the end of the day, people care about you and they love you, but they're always going to put themselves first. So you need to put yourself first. You need to think about what you want for your life, and who you want to take, who you want around you, where you want to live. All that matters. Have a vision for your life. Having a vision for your life is going to boost your confidence, because you know what your outcome is. You know what outcome you're working towards. So you know why you do what you do every day. I had to move because I don't know what was going on with the lighting, but we're back. So the next thing is trying new things. Just like I'm trying this new light in this spot right here. You got to try new things sometimes. You cannot get stuck in your routine so much to where when there's an opportunity for you to learn, you don't take it. Another big confidence booster for me has been, I'm not afraid to learn. I'm not afraid to put myself out there as a student. I've always been a really good student, really good grades, scholarships, all that. And I went and got a master's in communications, and I really didn't need it, but I still wanted to learn more about my craft. I wanted to learn more about how to communicate with people, how to help people communicate, how to create positive messages out of negativity. Like, it's just something that I've always been attracted to, and now that I'm able to put myself out in this way, I'm able to see my purpose come into more fruition. I have more ideas, I have more to share, I have more to give, because I have tapped into that creative energy by trying something new. And I'm also somebody who's like, oh, like every time something new happens, I'm like, I don't know. But I'm always open to learning. If there's a course that I should take, if there's an event I should go to, if there's someone I should meet, I'm always open to that, because you just never know what message you're going to get from that process, that person, or whatever you're trying out, that's going to help you in other ways. And once you try new things that are outside of your comfort zone, outside of your regular routine, then you get more confident in what you actually do every day. You'll be more willing to take that risk, willing to speak to that person, even though you had a fear before. You'll do it anyway because you've explored that energy in other ways. And one of the most recent things that I've done that I'm very, very proud of is something small, but whatever. They have these little scooters downtown now where in certain cities you can hop on a scooter to, like, you know, play around and do things. So me and my fiance, or my fiance and I, have been doing that every time we see one, because he's a very adventurous person, very like super impulsive person, and I'm the complete opposite, but I'm down. You know, I'm a rebel, so I'm down too. That's why we're, you know, best friends. So since we've been doing that, we came out of a party like last Sunday. Shout out to Liddy in the City. We came out of the party and he was like, let's hop on this scooter. And I'm like, no, like I have on heels, like it, you know, I don't really feel like downloading the app. And you have to pay for that. And so I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm frugal. We got goals. We got dreams. I'm worried about my bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that. He's like, no, come on, just hop on. And I did. And it ended up being super fun. We were riding down the street, 2 people on a scooter when it's only supposed to be 1. And it was just really fun. But had I not rode on the scooter in other cities, I wouldn't have been so open to doing that, because it's something I've never done before. I don't really trust, like a lot of people, cars hit bikers and like they don't care, especially in some cities like New York and DC, like they don't care. So I'm very worried about somebody hitting me, but nothing happened. I ended up being okay. I made it to the next spot without falling. And so I was very proud in my confidence in that moment, because had I not tried something new, tried this scooter thing that I would have never done if I was not with my fiance, it wouldn't have happened. And so now I feel more fearless when I take chances, because it's like, you know, what's the worst that could happen? Especially if there's a way for me to come out safely, then just believe that you're going to come out safely and it will happen. And this is not, you know, not to say that bad things don't happen, but normally when I trust what's happening, it's going to be okay. And I get more confident in other areas because now I'm not afraid anymore. So once you try new things, it wiggles you out of your comfort zone. And now you're not afraid to put yourself out there. You're not afraid to talk to a person. And if it doesn't work out and you're like, whatever, next thing. So we got a little bit of light back. Cool. It's okay, because I'm just trying this new thing out because I'm tapping into my creative energy. I want to see how much better this is. So anyway, the last thing is stop comparing yourself to people. The only person you should be comparing yourself to is the old you. The only person that I want to be, the only person that I want to strive to be is the best Brianna. That's it. I don't look at, you know, it's girls with bigger butts than me, bigger tits than me. There's people making more money than me. There's people with longer hair than me. There's people just that are better than me. And that's fine, because I'm comfortable in who I am. I'm comfortable with what God has placed on my life. I'm comfortable with knowing that I'm on that plan. But when we get to comparing and playing the comparison game, it ignites these negative, insecure, lack feelings that then hurt our relationships. They hurt our mindset, and they just hurt how we move forward. You cannot be confident if you're comparing yourself to someone. And I really don't, like, I don't identify with people who are checking up on pages, comparing themselves to bodies. If you want a certain body, you want money, you want a relationship, you want certain things, then look at yourself. How can you improve yourself so that you can get to the outcome that you're looking for? And like for me, let's say somebody I'm comparing myself is to Beyonce. That would be ridiculous. I'm not a singer. I have not been working for 20 plus years of my life on my craft. I have not been doing that. I don't have her body because I wasn't supposed to have her body. I just look at her and I love her confidence. I love her work ethic. I love how humble she is. I love her family. I'm sorry, I had to go on a beehive tangent. But I'm just saying that sometimes we compare ourselves to people who are we're not even the same. We're not on the same wavelength. We don't have the same talent. We don't look the same. So it's like, where is this comparing coming from? Maybe y'all can help me understand. But I just really hope that people are not comparing themselves to what they're seeing on social media. I see pretty pictures all the time. I see relationships where I'm like, oh, they look so cute together. Oh, that's a really nice bag. Oh, all that. It doesn't make me want it because I have my own life. I have my own things going on. And like I said, the only thing you should be comparing yourself to is the old you. I don't want to be the old Bri no more. I don't want to be that. So I'm trying to work on being the best me. And you don't have to, when you work on being the best you don't have to worry about what else other people are doing, because you know you're working on being the best you at the time. And I think that confidence can kind of be misinterpreted as arrogance, but arrogance is putting somebody else down so you can feel better about yourself. Confidence is just feeling good about yourself, feeling good about the outcome, feeling good about the way you look, feeling good about your weight, feeling good about what you eat, what you cooked, whatever. You feeling good about it. I cook food all the time, but if I like it and somebody else say, oh, that's nasty, okay, but I thought it was good. It tastes good to me, so I'm confident in what I cook. It doesn't make me a bad cook because somebody else doesn't like it or somebody else doesn't cook it that way. So I really I'm probably going to say this a lot, but I really don't want people to compare themselves to anyone, because that is going to kill your confidence. It's going to kill you to feel like you got to be like somebody else. You don't. All you got to do is be the best you. That's really all that matters, is being the best you. And yeah, I've rubbed people the wrong way. I have, because I am so good with not being like you. I don't want to be like you. I don't want to look like you. Don't want to cook like you. I don't want to do anything like you. I will support you. I'll be there for you. But I don't need validation from you. I don't need to validate myself according to what you do. And it's okay for you to have a different life than me. And know that no matter what you do, people are not going to be satisfied. So you might as well be happy with yourself. You might as well be happy with what you want to do with your life and yourself. And in the next videos, we're going to be talking about more ways to be confident, because I have realized that confidence is something that I have and I want to share it. We can be insecure, we can have doubts, but that should not define us. It shouldn't. And I really want to emphasize that in these next couple of videos. So stick around. The next videos, we're going to be talking about appearance. We're going to be talking about relationships and how to just have more confidence in those situations. So I'll see y'all later. Bye.